All right, we back after 4 days of taking a break. How y'all doing? Appreciate you coming out for the reaction video. All right, so today gonna be reacting to the tragically sad story of Drake's Ghostwriter. I'm gonna keep it 100 here. Drake is one of the worst rappers I've ever heard. I don't know how he got popular. First off, he's not good. Thomas down below if you guys want to say that he's good, you can say that. I'm not tripping. I just don't like him. And I actually do believe that he does have ghostwriter. He looks like a person that doesn't know how to write music. But you know what I'm saying? We're gonna get right into it. Drake's ghostwriter. Let's go. You guys are new, drop a like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Niners gonna be playing this Sunday. And then we're gonna be taking another break. We're gonna be gone on vacation. So all you guys be ready for that. But yeah, let's get right into it.
I am not a ghost. I'm sick of it.
That was the man who became known as Drake's ghostwriter, whose name is Quentin Miller, going off to the pushback of a recent interview clip of his going viral.
I've been still writing for people ever since. You know, I done work with Nas, Big Sean, Jeezy, a bunch of other people, Jeremiah, Ty Dolla $ign, like a bunch of other people.
Everyone ran with this as Quentin Miller saying he wrote for Nas, and Nas being one of the most respected rappers and lyricists who write his own music. Understandably, this went viral. But Quentin Miller's frustration is valid in the original video because he never asked for any of this, and his reputation became that of a ghostwriter. It all started thanks to Meek Mill, who on July 21st, 2015, decided to go on Twitter and say the following: "Stop comparing Drake to me too. He don't write his own raps. That's why he ain't tweet my album, because we found out. The whole game know for real, they scared to tell the truth. I can't wait talk these guys and sit back and act like they don't know. He ain't even write that verse on my album, and if I woulda knew, I woulda took it off my album. I don't trick my fans, LOL." Meek Mill is referring to Drake's verse on his song Rico for his album Dreams Worth More Than Money that released several weeks earlier, a reference track which was also...
Right. No, wait. You know for sure that the ghostwriter is gonna say that he doesn't write for Drake. Drake's one of the biggest rappers in the world. Kanye West is number one, but Drake is up there. One of the number one rappers in the world. He's rich. Go up to his YouTube. He probably has almost 100 million subscribers on that crap. No, you know Drake's gonna say that too. No, I don't have a ghostwriter. You know for a fact he gets people to write his stuff. He ain't gonna just come out and just do whatever he wants. You know for sure he does. He just caps with everyone. He doesn't want to come out with the truth. You know for sure he doesn't write his music. He does hookah all day. He drinks all day. You think he writes music? No.
released.
Go on his Twitch and you'll find out. All he does is hookah and does alcohol. So what do you expect? He doesn't write his music.
Around this time after Meek Mill's tweets with Quentin Miller performing the Rico verse. He was upset that Drake didn't post his album and is why he went on this exposal and rant against him. While Quentin Miller does have writing credits on the song Rico with Drake and Meek Mill. Other artists know though. Lil Wayne and Nicki know. Ask him. They gonna act like they don't see them tweets. And it ain't about no tweet. He ain't post my album and he on it because he know we found out. It's so much to it, LOL. This exploded in the hip-hop sphere, and music as a whole. People weren't sure what to believe as Drake was the biggest rapper and most respected for his pen and writing his own raps. So when this information comes out, it's the subject of conversation. Meek Mill would go on to name drop Quentin Miller on Twitter, who had writing credits on Drake's If You're Reading This It's Too Late album. The first person on Drake's end to respond was Noah 40 Shabib, also known as OVO 40, Drake's main producer, saying the following. No one can question my involvement in Drake's career. We've come a long way together. So let me start by putting something into perspective.
Bro, the ad shows you, bro.
I can count the hours that myself and Drake have spent writing, producing, and recording music. Let's just say 5,000 hours. I've spent maybe 30 minutes in a studio with Q. Nice enough guy, very talented. If you're asking if Q, he's referencing Quentin Miller, contributed to If You're Reading This, the answer is yes. You can also read that in the credits. Rap has a stigma about writing your own lyrics, and rightfully so. It's a very personal art form, and it's rooted in speaking truthfully. We go beyond the normal boundaries that rappers want to sleep themselves stuck in. We've been fighting those rules from day one. If no one noticed, there weren't many singing rappers in 2008. There's countless number ones and songs Drake has written for others, never mind himself. That's the funny part, lol. So if someone wants to be upset that Drake made a great album, go for it. Get mad all day. But don't ever question my brother's pen. So even Drake's producer admitted that Quentin had written and worked with Drake. This put a spotlight that other writers never get shown on them. And there was a lot of pressure for Quentin Miller
He's just
to
trying
say
to keep it
something to the
undercover.
public.
You know what I'm saying?
He had been
Everybody tries to
credited.
keep
Those
anything
were
undercover,
hidden.
you know what I'm saying?
But nobody really
Even-
looks for
bro,
the
it's like-
credits or looks
no
deep
reason to,
enough
you know what
to
I'm
find
saying?
recurring names and notice patterns. And especially not after Funkmaster Flex leaks a reference track for the song 10 Bands with Quentin Miller performing it. That's something rap fans never really heard. And hearing that is much different from just seeing someone in the writing credits. But Quentin Miller would respond saying the following. Winter 2014. I was just another guy working a job he hated with a passion for music, and somehow found myself on the phone with one of my idols. I told him I worked in a bakery, and his exact words were, F that, you're destined for greatness. Hearing that from someone that I've been studying since 2009, bar for bar, there's no way to describe that.
Like,
most of the project was done before I came in the picture. I remember him playing it for me for the first time thinking, why am I here? Like, what does he need me for? The answer is nothing. I watched this man piece together words in front of me. I watched him write and replace bars 2 to 3 at a time on 6 p.m. in New York. I witnessed him light up, go in and freestyle Madonna. I took notes from the best in the game. I remember him showing me the thank you notes in New York before the album dropped, showing me the QM, telling me they put me on the credits. Ghostwriter. He attached my name to something that touched the world. When nobody would pay attention, Drake saw something in me and reached out. Of all people, Drizzy. 2 artists in exact opposite spaces in their career. We came together and made something special. I am not and never will be a ghostwriter for Drake.
right.
I'm proud to say that we've collaborated, but I could never take credit for anything other than the few songs we worked on together.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say on it. Back to this 1317 stuff. You could tell just from this response that Quentin Miller had no intention of this becoming a huge thing and was dragged into it by an emotional Meek Mill at the time, and now he was trying to tell the truth for Drake, so he also knows that this wasn't something he leaked or wanted out there. But the damage was already done. This ignited the biggest commercial rap beef of the decade between Meek and Drake, with diss tracks sent back and forth, an embarrassing loss for Meek Mill in more ways than one. During this course of the embarrassment, though, in March of 2016, Meek Mill and his crew ran into Mac Miller, and a couple of events happened. The story as told by Quentin Miller goes like this. He was going to the Nike store on Wilshire in Los Angeles, and when he was pulling up in the Uber, he saw a lot of paparazzi. When he stepped out of the car, he was moving his head to look around who it was, and he saw and locked eyes with Meek Mill. One of Meek Mill's entourage waved Quentin Miller over, and he didn't want any part of that. So he walked into the Nike store, where they followed him inside. To preface this, Meek Mill wanted Quentin Miller to get on video and say that he wrote the record for Drake, when Quentin didn't want to do that and just said he helped on the songs he was credited in. Meek Mill talks to him, tells him that he's making him look crazy, and asks if he has any problems, to which Quentin Miller says no, and Meek Mill walks away, seemingly leaving him alone. But then Quentin Miller reveals some new information that people glossed over.
Hey, he's trying to keep it on cover. I respect that, but like at the same time, you don't do that, bruh. I know you're trying to save Drake's his stuff, guy, because you're probably getting paid for keeping it undercover. Probably getting $1 million a day or something. What do you think? Drake's worth, I don't know, 1 billion, almost $1 billion, 500 million dollars in probably 5, 6, 7 months. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a year. I'm not sure, but bruh, he's rich. You're probably getting money. You're rich. Just keep it undercover. But at the same time, you're also making him more famous because you're writing his music. And that's why Drake's so famous, because people write his music and people think Drake writes his own music, and he really doesn't. I'll bet money he doesn't write his own music. Know what I'm saying?
Over in that interview where he says the following.
I'm thinking we good. And then his mans came back in with the camera. I found out, and I don't know how true this is, but I found out that was a Nicki Minaj call. And if that's the case,
Nicki sent the camera, dude with the camera in the store?
That when they evaluate, when Meek evaluated, you not a street dude, you not on that street, and they did. I heard when they went back to the car, it was Nicki that was like, nah.
So not only did Meek Mill blow up Quentin Miller's spot and position as a writer, because he even admitted that after he got jumped, there was zero communication between Drake's team and Quentin Miller anymore. He ruined his biggest accomplishment and any future opportunities to work with Drake, as well as throwing him into the public eye when he didn't ask for it, and then jumping him on video. Quentin Miller would speak up again in mid-2018 when Drake released the song Duppy Freestyle, dissing Pusha T, where he raps, "And as for Q, man, I changed his life a couple times. Nigga was at Kroger working double time. Y'all acting like he made the boy when I was trying to help the guy." Which adds up to what Quentin himself said in his original statement. But Quentin responds with a tweet saying, "It was a Publix, actually." Quentin Miller was trying to release his own music during those years, and
Switch to Verizon for just $25
Wow.
a line, guaranteed for 3 years. The savings that last on the network you want. Verizon.
Little Caesar slices and steaks with half pizza, half Italian cheese sticks is back, so you'll never fight over dinner again.
somewhat faded into the shadows. Interestingly enough, eventually Meek Mill became cool with Drake again 3 years later from their original back and forth when they came together for the hit song Going Bad on his Championships album. What happened to Quentin Miller, though? In 2020, on the 5-year anniversary of If You're Reading This, It's Too Late, Quentin Miller would reflect and say the following. So, a lot of people have been congratulating me and sending me messages and stuff about the 5-year anniversary of If You're Reading This and stuff. It's pretty much taboo for me to even talk about it.
And that nigga Drake and Meek, them niggas is best friends now. They watch basketball games and do
That's
shows
crazy.
together, you know? So it's just like, what was that even for? What was all of that for? You know, like all the stress that it caused, you know? And I know it. Everybody else is able to move on because everybody else's careers was established. My career wasn't established. And I was looking at that, if you're reading this moment, you know, at the time when I did it, I'm coming not fresh off, you know, 3 years ago I was dropped, and not for my publishing deal, but I was dropped as an artist, and I'm working these ass jobs. I'm working Publix, I'm working Target, I'm working factories and warehouses, I'm working, you know, different temp agency gigs. And then If You're Reading This came, and it's like, my life is about to change, you know. And you know, it's just crazy how the best moment of my life, you know, after a tweet turned into like one of the most stressful moments of my life, you know.
He elaborates that he also lost his relationship with DJ Drama and Don Cannon after that too, because there were rumors that it was Drama who leaked the reference track because he had some issue with Drake, and they just wanted to clear their own names and distance themselves from Quentin
That's
Miller.
crazy.
How the best moment of my life, you know.
That sucks for him. He has to work at Target and stuff, bro,
like
and factories.
one of the most stressful moments of my life, you know. So, you know, I envy all the other producers, artists, writers, whatever involved.
I'm not even a cap. One in chat, bruh. One in chat. If you feel bad for him. Also in the comments down below. Put 1 in the comments down below. Comment 1 in the comments down below. It's sad, man. He has to work for Target and factories and everything that is not fucking good money, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That get to just look at it in a good light, because it wasn't a good light for me. It was hell for me at the, you know. And 5 years later, you know, still trying to shake, but it is what it is. Glad y'all enjoyed it. It's whatever, man. I'm trying to move forward. To the music game, labels, artists, whoever, take a chance on me. Take a chance on Quentin Miller, man. Y'all know I do these records. Y'all know I got these records. I could do this in my sleep. Take a chance on me, man. Everybody want to kick me to the curb, man. Everybody want me to just play the background, and they just want to just give me ideas for this person, give me ideas for that person. Man, give me the opportunity, man. Give me the ball, man. I see a lot of artists out here that I know for a fact I can box with, man. I can box with all these niggas, man. So take a chance on Quentin Miller, man. 2020, new decade, man. It's just over with, man.
Yeah,
take a chance on me, man.
Dang.
And now, fast forwarding to 2022, the most recent opportunities he's had, when he talks about people he's been able to work with since that fateful day, he has a lot of negative press on him because people are trying to discredit Nas' work on what he built up for decades by saying he has had writers and using this interview clip as proof. Quentin Miller summarizes why he's so frustrated with being forced to be a ghost,
man.
and also explains the business of being a writer.
Writers post their work and talk about their work all the time. You know why? It helps. It also helps with the business of writing. When people know that you were part of certain things, it makes people more prone to work with you, you know?
That's true.
It's kind of part of the job, is naming your resume or your catalog or whatever. It kind of goes with it. But it's not that way with me, because I just so happen to have had a situation with the biggest artist in the world, and it turned into a whole ghostwriting scandal, and now I am the ghost. Now anytime people work with me, it's like I'm supposed to be a ghost, but I'm not a ghost. You don't make money being a ghost. They don't pay you. Artists don't give a if you have money or not. They do not pay you.
They don't.
So if you don't get paid, and you can't even get the clout from being a part of the to get opportunities to get paid, why would I want to be a ghost?
This makes perfect sense from both ends. If you're a massively popular rapper and you work with a writer and you know if that writer posts that they work with you, you're going to get a lot of hate and it's going to go viral, you're most likely going to be less inclined to work with them. And also, for Quentin Miller's end, the majority of writers in the industry, Derek Milano is an example of a prominent writer. He took down a bunch of posts on his feed when I was doing research for this video, but in the link in his bio, there's a playlist that has all of the songs he's worked on for artists like Beyonce, City Girls, Flo Milli, Megan Thee Stallion, G-Eazy, and many more. Quentin Miller's robbed from being able to operate in this manner, and it's understandable why he replies in such frustration. It's 2022. It's been 7 years. His reputation is still known as being Drake's ghostwriter when he was credited from the beginning. Meek Mill ruined this man's career and relationships with multiple people, gave him a scarlet letter he's had to wear since then, proceeded to jump him, and left him to fend for himself while he regained all of his relationships and more success since that day, when it was his own mistake to send out the tweets in the first place.
Refresh, level up, and enjoy.
This is your chance. You keep her alive. you can save.
You don't think there's hope for the world? Why bother going on?
You haven't seen the world, so you don't know. You keep going for family.
Alright. Appreciate everyone for watching this video. I appreciate it very much. Like, subscribe, turn on those notifications whenever we make new videos. You guys will be able to get them. Tell me in the comments down below what kind of videos we should make. And you guys already know. I appreciate you guys all for watching. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Love you guys. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.